Welcome to Commander Pop Culture, a place to gather magical information with some laughs, might I add. Hello everyone, welcome. Playing High Value Metals, Imskir, the Iron Eater. He's really great in that he has affinity for artifacts, so don't mind his 8 CMC. You'll just pay 2 every single time, and then on ECB you draw cards where X is half of the amount of artifacts you control, but you lose X life. So little damaging yourself, but the card advantage is awesome. And then he has a Bosch sacrifice clause where you get to sack an artifact and throw it at someone's face. I got 2 lands and a rock, can't ask for anything more. And I got some other fun stuff like a coupon and a cranial plating, and I have a tutor, so it lets me get one of my engine pieces, like one of my really sweet card advantage cards, like my Cryptic Spider or the Forge. So we cast colors things off the top of my library. Opponents, we're against Kambal, the Prophet, Gonti, and Ghired, the Mirror. So a lot of new commanders in this lobby. Kambal's cool. Drains people whenever he makes a token, and then he also makes a token when someone else makes a token.
Taxes, taxes, taxes.
He's definitely a coattail kind of commander. Gonti is a theft deck, and Ghired is a tokens deck. Non-token creatures control have tap, create a token that's a copy of target token you control. Oh yeah, this guy is really weird in that you want to be splitting up your, your permanent types a little bit, because you want non-token creatures for the tap ability, but you want to be producing tokens as well. Can be a little awkward. If you weren't aware, this is a budget deck. It's under $100. All right, turn 1 Ragavan. Suture Priest is pretty sweet in his deck. If Kambal had a right-hand man, I imagine Suture Priest would be right there. Just how well they combo with each other. Punish people for making tokens. How you make tokens yourself. Suture Priest is like a Kambal 2.0 when they're both in play together. A lot of setting up going on right now. The Ghired player is going to have a bunch of mana on their next turn. I wonder if he uses those creatures making treasures. He could have 4 mana and play something else main phase 2. I guess Ghired's pretty darn good if you just play a bunch of things that just incidentally make tokens, and then you're not missing out on much. Oh, it drains each opponent? That's really annoying. Yeah, I thought it was just punishing the person who makes them. Oh, that's an issue. That this player on the right's gonna be dragging us down with him. That might even like possess me to really want to be messing with the right player the most. Get his land back. Pretty good. The right player's just having a pretty insane start. He made 11 mana last turn. I might have to use my Cruelty Gix for a board wipe. I wish I was at 6 mana because then I could get Blast and a Sack, but I will be short. Oh my goodness. Yeah, when you're making 12 mana a turn, Inferno Titan seems pretty darn good. Just sink all your red mana into it. Velljacking the Infernal.
I need your clothes, your boots, and your motorcycle.
That might draw some ire. Although, if the middle player gets to cast that Infernal Titan, he kind of cleans up the right player's board pretty hard. Ragavan and the Bloom Tender, and that cuts off a good chunk of his token production and his mana production. So left player is pretty annoying. It kind of reminds me of the Council of 4. It also is a coattail deck where if anybody does anything, something happens, and this is just the Orzhov version. He's got 3 different effects for draining us whenever we make a body. Satiable Avarice. We'll do that. Player on the right's tapped down. I'm pretty sick of the left and right player. There it is. Oh, this is going on top of my library? That sucks. Ugh. I was hoping to catch the multitudes with their pants down. There's just no way that these people don't think I didn't get a board wipe. English of making Patagonia would have been pretty wild. They make a token of anything, and then he can make copies of it with his board. Pretty good. Left player's coming my way. And I had a decent start. I thought I was doing pretty solid, but it's nowhere near what this right player's doing. Oh, shit. The Ragavan. He's gonna steal my card. That really sucks. He hits me at the Ragavan, and then he takes a Blasphemous Act, and I can't cast it. I wonder if this middle player, if he plays the Inferno Titan and shoots those 2 things away, we'll be alright. Gets to cast the Inferno Titan for free now. Killing the Suture Priest. Heck yeah. 3 pretty good targets. Gets to steal a card from someone's hands. Pretty fun. He has a Spelljacker back in his hand, so I gotta play around that. Stroke of Midnight, hitting the Kambal.
Oh no!
To make cool tokens. Encore building is a little annoying. At some point, he could get a lot of the stuff back. Tutor for one of my card engines. I don't have a lot of artifacts in my hand, so we'll go for Mystic Forge. Next turn, I get to animate something from someone's graveyard. Doesn't sound bad. Down to 1 card in hand. Although he draws one on combat. Dockside Extortionist. Cool. Can't stand that card. But he can make a copy of it and make 7 more.
You underestimate my power!
Figured he'd be a mana short from doing this, but because he ripped the dockside off the top of his library, he gets to rebuild, no problem. Both lucky and unlucky for us. Yeah, Inferno Titan is just too good to ignore. Man, this is incredibly annoying. He's already got all the mana in the world, so I might as well take away the thing that's bringing stuff back from his graveyard. Wait, this is a... I thought it was a 3/3. Yeah, that's dumb of me. Well, in that case... On the bright side, I got some life back. Must have some in his hand. Taking my tutor. I have been so concentrated with this person on the right that I haven't really had much of an opportunity to do anything for myself, if that makes sense. I'm looking forward to my next turn because it'll be a step where I'm actually advancing my own board state instead of hindering someone else's. Wow. What's really annoying is he keeps ripping these off the draw trigger from his combat step multiple turns in a row. So this artifact's been doing a lot of work for him this game. So he can make at least 4 more copies of this, go all the way through the dungeon of the Undercity if he wanted to, and get all these sweet effects. I'm not sure why the middle player left, because he could have attacked. He ciphered that sorcery on his creature that there wouldn't have blocked. And he could have cast his Blasphemous Act and cleaned this up again. It's not like he's unbeatable. It's just annoying. Mycosynth Golem's nice. Costs 4. Yeah, we're gonna do it. Maybe I can find another artifact. Not a black mana, otherwise I'd cast Cryptic too. Fortunately, I have to attack my buddy over here because it's been goated. Is this dungeon thing permanent? 'Cause I still have the text on my creature here. If that's the case, that's wild. I never noticed that. I'm only familiar with this stupid creature from 101 CDH. It's just like everybody that's in red plays this freaking thing because of how good this dungeon is. I wouldn't mind a board wipe. I gotta add these to a lot of my decks. They're really good. Cool card advantage card. It's like the way more CMC expensive version of Ghostly Pilferer, and it acts like a bit of a tempo removal because it makes people cast things twice. Wow. That pretty much kills us. He just makes a bunch of copies of Fanatic of Mogus. There we go. That's the game, folks. I didn't get to do much as I would have liked to. I was always a half step behind the player on the right in their ridiculous start, and then they kept just ripping more and more gas off the top of their library. A little frustrating. Would have played Imskir. I probably would have shot him with my Melwork Colossus. I kind of blew it with my Sun Titan play. I thought I was killing off the Angel for good, and I wasn't. If I would have killed off at least 2 of his non-token creatures, I could have delayed him significantly. Because he made it through that dungeon in 1 revolution when I could have forced him to go take at least maybe 2 turns to do it. And it bought us enough time to maybe stabilize and kill that player. It's just my fault. I'm more frustrated about myself and not looking at power and toughness. Been making a lot of silly mistakes lately on the channel. Don't know why. Kind of a little bit of a disappointing game just all around. Of the 4 MH3 decks I've been tinkering with, this one's by far my favorite. I wish I would have got to show you more what it could do, but the game was cut a little short by the guy on the right. If you stayed this long, I hope you enjoyed. At least I got to showcase the power of Ghired. Pretty impressive. I am on a budget. In paper, my list is $100. He was playing things like Dockside was basically my whole deck on 1 card. Hard to compete as much as I like to preach that I try to, but there are limitations nonetheless. Sometimes you just gotta accept your lumps. Everyone, take care now. See you for Assassin's Creed deck builds next. Bye.